Hey guys, so we have finally the part 2 unit details for the 2022 worldwide download celebration here on Dokkan. We're going to go ahead and go through all the stuff here. They actually did release timely global details, so no need for me to translate this time. We're just going to go ahead and take a look at the characters here. I actually did look at Cooler in advance. I did not look at Goku and Vegeta. And we also have a banner unit, Krillin and Gohan, that I did not look at yet either. So let's go ahead and just take a look at Goku and Vegeta here. So before we even get into this, Goku and Vegeta are AGL. Full Power, Final Showdown, Super Saiyan Goku, and Super Saiyan Vegeta. So they're leader skill. This is the only thing I saw some people posting about on Twitter. I'm going to make this a bit bigger so you guys can see. I apologize in advance for the terrible quality on Twitter. It's just, they butcher these images, but this is the best we got right now. Join Forces or Movie Heroes. Category Key plus 3, 170. And then Pure Saiyans get the extra 30% boost for a 200% leader skill. So I pulled up the tool from Dokkan Info, and this is what this leader skill is going to look like. That's pretty good. So under the 200% portion of this leader skill, we have the Carnival Goku from part 1. We have both 7-year LRs. We have Tech Gogeta, STR Vegito, the physical Goku and Vegeta from the Tournament of Power. We have, Kale and Caulifla. We have both 3-year LR characters. We have Tech Kale and Caulifla. We have the Int Blue Goku and Vegeta from Resurrection F. We have Tech God Goku. There's a lot of characters under this 200% leader skill. And don't forget, even if you don't have characters that are on this 200% leader skill, they're still individually leading movie heroes and joined forces. So this is going to be a sick, ridiculous category here. So it looks like they're links. Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Prepare for Battle, Shocking Speed, Saiyan Lineage, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. So they should link up damn well with a lot of the other Super Saiyan characters, especially the Goku from part 1, the Carnival Goku. All right, so passive effect, let's see. Extraordinary Fighters. Key plus 3 and attack and defense plus 150%. Reduces damage received by 20%. Okay, so that is just a baseline damage reduction effect there. Plus an additional key plus 1 per type key sphere obtained. Okay, that's good. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack, plus an additional damage reduction of 20% for 3 turns. Okay, so for the first 3 turns, they have 40% damage reduction, and they have a additional that has a 50% chance of becoming a super attack. Okay, then they get an additional attack and defense plus 50% and a medium chance of performing a critical hit when performing an ultra super attack. Receives a morale boost when conditions are met. Morale boost, whatever that means. Okay, so doing an 18 key gives you the extra 50% buff from the passive, which is not just it's not simply just going to be 150 plus 50. It's going to be 150, and then that 50% gets added on to the post, like the mid-turn portion of that formula. Okay. So for categories, it looks like they're on Joined Forces, Movie Heroes, Pure Saiyans, Super Saiyans, Full Power, All Out Struggle, and Powerful Comeback. So yeah, the categories, I mean, you take a look at this character, you'd think they'd be on a lot of different teams, but they're not on that many, so it's interesting. Okay, the super attack effect. So for the 12 key, we have Cooperation between rivals, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to enemy. Then the 18 key super attack is what is it? It's Full Power Crash, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, mega colossal damage, and greatly lowers attack and defense. Okay, so both 12 and 18 key do raise attack and defense for 1 turn. All right, so what is this morale boost? Receives a morale boost upon entering next attacking turn after the character performs 3 or more super attacks and receives an attack 7 or more times in battle. So let me just quickly go back and check something. So they're getting 150% attack and defense start a turn. And then for the first 3 turns, they'll have 40% damage reduction. I guess they could be okay at tanking in slot 1. I don't think they're going to be eating supers very well, but normals, they should be okay. They're really going to get the bulk of their defense from doing 18 key supers because they're getting the 50% attack and defense boost from the passive, as well as the extra 30% boost from their 18 key super attack effect. And then they have, a built-in 50% chance to crit, or 50% chance to form additional super with their passive here. So They could be supering 3 times per turn, which is going to be 3 separate 30% raises, plus the 50% raise from their passive. So they are getting a lot of extra defense from supering. So this is clearly a slot 2 character. Again, I sort of I talked about this in my my concept video about how I think they'll probably end up making the part 2 units work specifically well with the part 1 characters. So they're probably sort of nudging you to use this character in slot 2 next to the part 1 Carnival Goku character. Okay, so that is the morale boost. So once you get the morale boost, looks like it's a costume change effect here, where they're going to be sort of transforming into the shirtless Goku version, and then Vegeta doesn't change at all, I guess. No, actually he loses a sleeve. Sure, whatever. So battle damage to Goku and Vegeta here. So let's see what happens to the super attack effects. So obviously the same leader skill. Let's go to the super attack effects first. We'll take a look at other stuff later. So cooperation between rivals. This is the same. Okay, so actually, yeah, the super attack effects don't change. That's interesting because they're highlighted, which would indicate that they're different, but whatever. Okay, so the passive, let's see how this is different. I just want to see. Okay, so the passive here is 3 key, 150. So they're actually losing a key from like the beginning of the turn here. Okay, so key plus 2, attack and defense plus 150%. Reduces damage received by 30%. Okay, so they're getting 10% more damage reduction. Plus an additional key plus 2 per type key sphere obtained. Okay, that is better. Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack. Okay, so 70% chance to do an additional super attack there. Then they get an additional attack and defense plus 50% and medium chance of performing a critical hit when performing an ultra super attack. Performs a critical hit when activating the active skill or when key is 24. Okay, so they have a guaranteed critical hit built into themselves when they have 24 key post. I guess I'll just call it costume change, morale boost, whatever you want to call it. So, okay, that's pretty good. And then yeah, the super attack effects remain the same here, but it looks like they now have an active skill, power to make the impossible possible. Can be activated when facing only one enemy, starting from next attacking turn. So once you costume change, then from the next turn you'll be able to activate this active skill. Causes ultimate damage and stuns the enemy for 1 turn. And this is a guaranteed crit because of the passive, right? Perform a guaranteed critical hit when activating the active skill. Yeah, so this is going to be a guaranteed crit and a guaranteed stun. I don't really know if the guaranteed stun is going to be too helpful, considering it's going to be turn like 9 or something when you're going to be activating this, but it's there in case you can use it ever. Okay. I think looking at this character, the most valuable part of them is probably just going to be the leader skill. Join forces, movie heroes. You get like all the best Goku and Vegeta characters on that team together. And then these guys are going to be a ridiculously strong slot 2 or 3 option for the team. They're getting tons of defense. They're doing a ton of damage. I mean, this is going to be a very, very high damaging character. I think they're going to work really well to Part 1 Goku, which I think is what they were going for here. Okay, let's move on to Metal Cooler. This is Infinite Terror Metal Cooler. So the first thing to note here is he's physical. I really wanted this guy to be Int, and the main reason why I wanted him to be Int is because the 2 strongest typings for Wicked Bloodline are AGL and STR. And Int is easily the weakest typing for Wicked Bloodline, and I really wanted to have that sort of bridge between AGL and STR, but they went with physical, which is fine. Look, if it's not AGL or STR, I'm okay with it. Tech, physical, or Int, any of those 3 typings, I'm okay with that. I just really didn't want the guy to be AGL or STR, so that's good. All right, let's take a look at what this guy's doing here. So first things first, actually, did I look at the stats of the Goku and Vegeta? Let me just see here. So they have 16,200 attack, 8,488 defense. So because they're tech, they should be getting an extra bit of attack. So they're going to be, that's like what, 21,600 attack. That's pretty high. That's pretty good. And then defense is going to be hovering around like 13,000-ish. That's not bad. Okay, and then Cooler is at 16,210 attack and 8,806 defense. So attack-wise, he will be, around 21,000, which is very good. And then defense, this guy's going to be looking at like 14,000 defense because he's getting 5,400 defense, right? Being a physical type. So, yeah, he will be over 14,000 defense. That's a very high number. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look what this guy's able to do. So his leader skill is Wicked Bloodline. Yeah, I did think that this is what they were going to do for him. Wicked Bloodline category, key +3, HP attack and defense +200%. So you're going to be running 2 of this guy on the Wicked Bloodline team if you want to run a pure Wicked Bloodline setup. So hopefully he's a pretty good, main rotation character. That's what we're looking for here. Okay, so his passive is Terror of the Revived Cooler. Recovers 10% HP at the start of turn if HP is 50% or less. Oh, no. No, sorry. Recovers 10% HP at the start of turn, and if HP is 50% or less, recovers an additional 10% HP. So he's at the start of turn, he's healing 20% if your HP is 50% or below. Ki +2, and attack and defense plus 130%, plus an additional defense boost of up to 100%. The more HP remaining, the greater the defense boost. So he could potentially be starting the turn with 230% defense. Okay. Then he gets an additional Ki +1 up to 4, and attack and defense plus 15% up to 60% with each attack received. Okay, that's a big number. Because keep in mind, assuming you're at max HP, which I think is not that hard to do, right? Assuming you're at max HP, he's coming into the turn with 230% defense, and then if you have him fully built, if you get hit 4 times, he's going to have 230% defense with a multiplicative 60% buff with big bad bosses. Okay. That's pretty good. And he's getting an extra 4 Ki. So with the 2 Ki at the start of turn, he's getting the extra 4 from being hit. So we can get an extra 6 Ki from his passive, which is not bad. He's going to have Strongest Clan in Space activated, so that's an extra 2 Ki as well. Okay, then he recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn in which an attack was received, and recovers an additional 5% HP when there is another ally whose name includes Metal Cooler attacking in the same turn. Not really that big of a deal, an extra 5% HP restored, whatever. So basically, on average, you're probably going to be getting, just the baseline healing. So 10% at the start of turn, and then 10% at the end of the turn. That's still 20% at the end of, or that's still 20% in total throughout the turn. That's really good. Okay, and then he has a great chance of nullifying unarmed super attacks directed at this character. So that is the same effect as like STR Kid Buu. I believe STR Kid Buu actually has the exact same effect as that. So it's a 70% chance to nullify unarmed supers. And then he revives with HP fully recovered when the character is KO'd once only. Okay, so here's the major difference between this revive and basically every other revive we have in the game. Except for, I think Future Gohan has this as well. This character does not have an HP restriction for his revive. So you enter turn 1 and you can revive. You can instantly revive. But the only catch is that this character has to be the one to be killed, right? That's the difference. So I don't know if I would really call that reliable, but if you enter the turn, for example, with like a very low amount of HP, let's say you enter the turn with like 20 or 30% HP, you can put this guy in front of like a million attacks and then pretty much ensure that you're going to revive, right? So that's, I think, there are ways you can manipulate that to be really, really good. You can also just be fighting a normal boss. Like, let's say you're fighting Cell Max, for example, right? And you have full HP, and Cell Max just decides to be annoying and super right away. Like the first attack he supers his Metal Cooler, and you just die. You're just gonna revive, and you get full HP. This is not part 1 Carnival Goku where you're recovering 59% HP. This is a full heal. This is a full revive right here. His links are Big Bad Bosses, Strongest Clan in Space, Thirst for Conquest, Auto Regeneration, Nightmare, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. Don't forget that Auto Regeneration does heal as well, and it's giving damage reduction. So that, plus all his defense from his passive, plus Big Bad Bosses. And I think, obviously, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power not going to be that hard to activate. And then Strongest Clan in Space is very easy to activate. Thirst for Conquest is pretty easy to activate with other cooler characters. And then Nightmare. There are some freezes that have Nightmare. So, yeah, that's not a bad link set at all. All right, what else? So here's his active skill. This is a pretty interesting one. We have Life Force Absorption. Can be activated starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle if the character receives an attack 7 or more times in battle, which is, again, pretty... I think by the time you get to turn 5, you're probably going to just have this condition fulfilled most of the time. Getting hit 7 times is really not that hard to do. Or you can activate this after the revival skill's activated once only, just, baseline. All right, here's the effect. So greatly raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage, and recovers 30% HP. This guy's healing like crazy. This guy's healing like he's healing 20% per turn. He's healing 30% from the active skill effect, and he has a revive that fully heals you. Ridiculous. All right, so he has a lot of categories: Wicked Bloodline, Resurrected Warriors, Movie Bosses, Artificial Life Form, Terrifying Conquerors, Target Goku, Revenge, Corroded Body and Mind, Accelerated Battle, Power Absorption, and Powerful Comeback. So this guy's a lot going on for him there. And then in terms of the super attack effects, we have the 12-key Full Metal Avalanche. I like that name. All right, let's see if we can get better. Yeah, here we go. All right, so this 12-key super attack raises defense for 1 turn, colossal damage, and greatly lowers attack. Okay, so 30% defensive raise for 1 turn. So the 18-key super attack is the Supernova, which massively raises attack. If you guys aren't familiar with what that means, it's a 100% raise for attack. That is basically what LR, STR, Kaioken, and Goku do. It's what the LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta do. Well, the LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku AGL, and then the LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta STR have that effect in their super attacks. And then he raises defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to enemy, and massively lowers defense. So he's raising defense for 1 turn on both of these super attack effects. So I mean, you guys want to go additional on this character, you're going to be able to raise his defense twice by 30% for 1 turn if you get the additional. But this guy actually does not have built-in crits or additionals in his kit, which is a little bit, I guess, for a modern, like, I don't know if I want to call him a headlining LR character, but he is pretty much like one of the headlining LRs of the celebration. Typically, we do see some kind of built-in additionals or crits, but the fact that he doesn't have that means that you could get a lot of value out of crits or additionals. So I think if you want to go additionals just to get the extra defense, that's definitely valid. Or if you want to pick up the crit just to give maybe the active skill a higher chance to crit and do way more damage, that's also valid as well. Me personally, I'll probably go a balance of crit and additional. Okay, and I think that's it for Metal Cool. Let's move on to the banner unit, Krillin and Gohan. All right, so this is, let me make it a little bit smaller because it's actually too big. This is, what is it? Strength concentrated on the fists. Okay, it was hard to read there. They are tech. All right, so let's see what they do. So their movie hero 130, 3 key. Link, solid support, in fighter, shocking speed, cold judgment, Kamehameha, courage, and fierce battle. It's actually not a bad Link set because you have a lot of characters. Like, I think there's some Links in there that like Piccolos could link up with, and like some of these other joined forces units. Like, I imagine if you're able to, like, on like the joined forces team, if you could run this character next to like the last year download celebration Gohan and Krillin LR, like that could be a pretty cool rotation. Let's see what they do though. So we have Essence of Focused Attack. Attack and defense plus 120%, plus an additional attack and defense plus 50% when facing 2 or more enemies. Okay, so it looks like this is a character that wants to be fighting multiple enemies. Launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. Guys, 30% chance. Then they get additional attack and defense plus 100% when performing a super attack, plus an additional attack and defense plus 50%, and performs a critical hit within the character's next attacking turn every time the character attacks 3 times in battle. Okay, I mean, them having built-in additionals is not going to make that too difficult to get. Performs a critical hit with 7 or more key spheres obtained. Okay. All allies' chance of performing a critical hit plus 5% per movie hero's category ally attacking in the same turn. Okay, so they can give up to 15% crit chance to all allies. That's not bad. We actually see something similar to that with EZA AGL Super 17. I think he gives 17% crit to I think it's Target Goku or something like that. Category allies or something. I don't remember the condition, but he does give a similar amount of crit to the rotation, and you do actually feel the difference. Like, you can tell your characters are performing way more crits with that guy in rotation. So this character maybe like floating or something. You have the Part 1 Carnival Goku in slot 1, and then you have the Dokkan Fest Goku and Vegeta that are coming out on slot 2, and this guy in slot 3. Like, that could be a pretty damn good rotation. You're gonna be critting a lot. Extra 15% chance plus the built-in criticals that the new Goku and Vegeta have. That's going to be pretty nice. But this character seems okay. I think most of the time in modern Dokkan, we're looking for banner units that are going to be supporting. This guy is supporting, I guess, with crit, but like I think something that would have made this character a lot better is if they, I don't know, gave some kind of orb changing or scout, or I'm not asking for everything. I'm just saying like one additional effect here. But they look like they can do some pretty good damage. And then what is their super attack effect? Does it even say? Raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage. Okay, I don't know if there's another. Does it even? I don't even know if it says here. Doesn't say. Okay, sure. Attack and defense for 1 turn is not bad. 30% raise. So they're looking okay. They're looking okay. That is going to be it here. So again, to recap, we have the new LR Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta. That's AGL. We have the new Metal Cooler LR, who is physical, and then we have the banner unit Gohan and Krillin, who are going to be on the Goku and Vegeta banner, and they are tech. So let me know down below what you guys think of these characters. I'm obviously way more excited for Metal Cooler just because, you know, Wicked Bloodline stuff, but who are you going to be summoning for? Are you guys excited for part 2? Let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.